So you've gone ahead and found a winning ad. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can maximize the performance of that winning ad, because let's be honest, finding those winners is incredibly difficult. Not only do you have to do a lot of testing, you are also going to be burning a lot of budget trying to find that winning ad. So in this video, we're going to cover a few different ways of how you can go about maximizing that performance from that winning ad. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Neil. I run Links Digital, one of the biggest YouTube ad agencies out there, where we help clients scale with YouTube ads. And if you want help with your YouTube ads, just check in the description down below. Now, squeezing juice out of YouTube ads is actually something we have to deal with quite often. A lot of times when we're working with clients, if they can't necessarily update creative or bring us new ads, we kind of have to take the winning ads and try and stretch them out as long as we can. So these are the 6 different techniques that we use to stretch out the performance of those ads. All right, so the first technique that we do is when we found our winning marketing angle. So we're gonna keep the exact same copy of the ad, the exact same script, the hook, the body, the exact same. What we're gonna do is just take the video ad and put in a different background. Now, this could be done in 2 different ways. So you can actually green screen out your background if that's possible. If not, you might have to re-record the video in a different background or setting. Probably setting's gonna be a little bit more impactful, but again, if you don't have time to go out and film new videos, this is definitely gonna be a great approach. Now, one of the reasons you wanna be doing this is because you want to refresh your ads without actually having to come up with new angles and testing those out. In the eyes of the audience, you just want to present something that is visually different. Now, think about it. Because of the nature of YouTube ads, a lot of people are gonna be seeing your ads and then clicking skip right away. If you take a look at your frequencies, a lot of times what we see is that winning ads, especially because they've been running for a long period of time, the frequency goes really, really high. And that's just not view frequency, it's also the impression frequency. That means a lot of people are gonna be seeing the same ad over and over and clicking skip even before they hear what the ad is about. Think about it yourself. How many times have you actually seen the same ad over and over inside YouTube and actually skipped it without even getting to the meat and potatoes of the ads and figuring out what the ad is actually saying? So by changing out the background and changing the setting, we just give the ad another try at getting somebody's attention and having the viewer actually watch all the way through. Another thing that changing the background or changing the setting does is actually change the visual attention grabber. Let's take this for example. Let's say you were promoting a real estate offer. Maybe you filmed the original winning ad inside of your office. You could take the exact same ad script and then go to one of your properties. Just by changing the background, not only do you have new visual stimulus, you also have that added proof that's on a little bit more of a subconscious level when you can showcase your properties right behind you. Changing the background or setting is a very easy way to not only get more attention for the exact same ad, but then also instill a lot more proof and build a lot more trust with the viewer. All right, so my second tip is also going to be similar to the first one. And the reason for this is because we've already found the winning message. We've already found the winning promise that seems to be resonating with your audience. We don't necessarily want to be changing that. All we want to do is change how we present it. So the other way that you can do that is by actually swapping out the presenter or changing the exact style of the ad. So instead of you recording that ad, maybe have a buddy, maybe have a family member, maybe have a colleague record the exact same ad, exact same hook, exact same script, and just have the other person do it. Now, one of the super hacks that I always recommend to all of my clients is to go out there and find an actor or presenter that looks like your ideal demographic, your customer demographic. So if you are selling weight loss supplements for elderly people, well then have the presenter in the ad be an elderly person. This just conveys a little bit more trust, and people are a lot likely to pay more attention if they can kind of relate to themselves on the ad. So similar to this, the next thing you want to be doing is actually changing out the style of ad. Maybe you have a talking head ad like this video here. Maybe swap it out with a B-roll or voiceover ad. Maybe do a animator style ad, or maybe even have some sort of act out ad, right? Where you have a little bit of role playing. Keep the script, keep the winning message the exact same, but change out those few little elements. Next up, we're going to be talking about changing CTAs. And not only do I mean the actual call to action, I do also mean where the call to action is placed. So maybe your original ad has the call to action at 25 seconds. Try and edit it in a way so that it now appears at 15 seconds or maybe 35 seconds. Again, it's the exact same ad, but just the placement of the CTA can have a lot of drastic impact on the performance of the ad itself. Another thing to test out is actually changing the CTA. Let's say that that the next step of your ad is to click the button and get a free training, right? A lot of times people do free training, an ebook or something like that. All you have to do is just rename the next step. So instead of calling it a webinar, you can call it a video series, or you can call it a video masterclass. You can call it just a training, right? So take the exact same asset that you are getting the person to click on and just change it so that it appears as a brand new item that they can go ahead and grab. All right, now we're moving on to one of my favorite things. So if you've watched a lot of videos on this channel, especially with scripting, what I recommend is even before you have your hook in your ads is to have like a 2 seconds up to 5 second attention grabber. So the next point is to be changing out that attention grabber in your ads. So keep the hook the same, keep the body the same, keep the message and script in the ad the same. All you're going to do is change out that attention grabber. Now you might be wondering what sort of attention grabbers I'm talking about. So these are going to be things like saying, hey, stop, or listen up, or movement on the camera, or in post-production when you edit, you can add a lot of After Effects or shaking and panning and all those transitional effects. All right, keeping with the theme of editing, the next thing you want to change out is the style of editing. So you have your winning ad. All you have to do is just change how that ad is edited. So you might have an ad that is very slow and long and technical, and that seems to be converting. What I would recommend is trying out different editing styles. So maybe do a faster, punchier version, one with a lot of After Effects and really sharp transitions. Maybe something that's super fast and has a lot of B-roll. You can try out all of these things, and I promise you it will have an impact on your ads. You can also include things like changing out the background music, having images pop up, or inserting memes or video memes into your ads itself. And that brings us to my last tip, and this is kind of like a culmination of all the tips I gave, which is to change the tone and feel of the ad. All of the tips that I gave you, whether it was to change the setting and background or change the presenter or change the editing, all of these work in hand to kind of change the tone and feel of the ad. But what I want you to do is deliberately change the tone and feel. So maybe if your ad was very energetic and punchy in the beginning, try and present the same ad in a more relaxed, calm way. Or if your ad was very slow, calm, try one that's more energetic and upbeat, and I promise you it will change the way your ad is being perceived by your audience. You can also experiment with adding humor to your ads, or even dry humor. All right, with that said, if you found these tips helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you with more videos shortly.